What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I got one wish for the Utah Jazz in free agency this offseason. Is to make one trade and get themselves one point guard. No, he's not top 10, but I do think he is a top 15 point guard. I think he's very, very underrated, and I think they can get him for cheap, okay? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Please like the video. But the Jazz need to go trade for Tyus Jones. Now, I know Tyus Jones, not the biggest name on the market, not the biggest name in the league, very, very underrated kind of player, not a lot of hype behind him, but as a starting point guard in the NBA, the dude averages like 17 points and 8 assists, and the Jazz are a team that is built very, very big in the front court, don't have a lot of guard depth right now outside of like Colin Sexton, Keyonte George, the rookie that they just drafted. I like that pick. And then you got Jordan Clarkson, who just opted into his player option. So they really don't have and THT. How could I forget Laker legend? But none of those guys are natural, like true point guards. Like at their core, that's not what they are. Tyus Jones, floor general point guard, one of the very few left in the NBA. And like I said, when starting, this is a dude in Memphis that was averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds, or 8 assists, 4 rebounds, and almost 2 steals a game in like 32 minutes on very, very good efficiency. He's been hooping. He's a hooper. I think getting Tyus Jones, I don't think it would take a lot either for the Jazz. I think, maybe you give up a first-round pick at most. I think that's maybe it. I don't think Washington is going to try and be stingy with him. Washington, you just give him a pick to be, all right, here you go. And I think the Jazz, if they're able to make a trade of just trading a pick and whatever maybe cap filler you got to throw in there if you need to, you could essentially put a lineup out there with Tyus Jones at the point, Jordan Clarkson at the 2, Lauri Markannen at the 3, John Collins at the 4, and then Walker Kessler at the 5. That's nice. I like that. That's a nice starting 5. That's a competitive, very, very good starting 5. And off the bench, you'd have one of my favorite rookies, Taylor Hendricks. I did a video on the Jazz draft. Taylor Hendricks is going to be one of my favorite players in this league. I'm calling that now. And then you'd have, THT, Colin Sexton, Keyonte George, if you want to kind of sprinkle his minutes in, kind of bring him along slow. It's another thing I think having Tyus there would be great for teaching Keyonte how to be a true point guard if that's what they want him to be. Tyus doesn't turn the ball over, if ever. So you have a guy that's really good at controlling the ball, teaching a guy, hey, this is how you play under control in the NBA. This is how you get your teammates involved in the NBA. And I think that would be super, super valuable. They'd also have guys like Bryce Sensabaugh. There's Kelly Olynyk off the bench. They got a lot of like good players on this team, and I think that they're just missing that one true point guard in order to make them like a legit competitive. I mean, I think they're gonna be a fun team anyway, but like making them like super competitive, like a 40+ win team. And I think Tyus would be the perfect like dream. Perfectly fills out this roster. You're not expecting them to be title contenders or anything like that, but they'd be a lot of fun to watch. And I think he'd be perfect for mentorship. He's not expensive. He's not a locker room cancer. He's not a pain in the butt. And he just goes out there and hoops. I think that is exactly what Utah looks for in their players. I think I forgot to mention Ochai Agbaji too. He could be starting too. You could throw him in there. Complete tangent. He just popped in my head. But teaching a guy like him being a better shooter. I think Tyus is somebody that would be so well fitting on this Utah Jazz team. Let me know in the comments if you think Tyus would be a good fit on this Jazz team, or if you'd want him on your team, what you'd be willing to trade for him. I think maybe a first-round pick in 2027 or 28 or something, or a couple second-rounders probably gets it done. I think that would be a very good idea for the Jazz to look at, because I don't think they're tanking anytime soon. So, win some games. Let's win more games. I think they had, 36, 37 wins last year or something like that. Let's get to 45 wins and, be a team that's, in the play-in or above and is a nightmare to play against, because we're great defensively, we're big, we're strong, we can shoot, and, we have a floor general point guard, got a lot of youth. Be a lot of fun in Utah. They could really make a lot of noise. I don't want to say a lot of noise, but they would be one of the more up-and-coming, really fun teams next season. But I think having Tyus on this team would really complete their roster a little bit. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Please like the video. But I think the Jazz got to trade for Tyus Jones. Plain and simple. Would love to see that trade. I think there's a lot of teams that could use Tyus Jones, but I'd like to see him on the Jazz the most. So I'm done. Peace.